Hello everyone, Eric here with edgebets.com doing a weekly recap review rant regarding the week that we've just concluded, which is week ending 1/18 of 2015. Just crunched the numbers, seeing how we did, and things look pretty good. So I want to dive into it really quickly for anyone who is following along and is interested in joining up. Go over to Excel. Here's a breakdown of what we did just this week from the 12th through the 17th. We had no selections this morning, which is not uncommon for us to have a couple of days throughout the week where we don't have any opportunities, and that's fine. We just sit on our hands during those days and wait for better opportunities later. But here, excuse me, here's how it broke down with our selections and essentially what we did for the week. Here's our past results here, but here's the week of interest right there. We made 8.35 units on the week, and to make those units, we risked a total of 30 units. We staked 2 units on each selection because we're betting 1 unit each way, so that translates into 2 units total risk. And so we churned, if you will, 28% return on risked capital. Now, it's not a return on the bank naturally. That's just a return on that's a calculation of the return based on how much we risked throughout the week. If you operate, say, a 100-point bank, then that would be a 8.35% return on your overall bank and a 28% return on the portion of that bank that you risked during the week. So really nice. Interesting little breakdown here. One of the things that, in my opinion, sort of separates us from a lot of people who claim to profit online, profit betting, there's only one way to do so, to profit gambling, and that is your selections have to have a positive expectation. You have to have an edge, if you will, which means you have to find opportunities where the bookmaker, the sports book, is offering odds that are too high. When you translate those odds into a probability, they are implying that the outcome has a lesser chance of happening than it truly does. i.e., the odds are too high. They're paying too much money when, if you know the true likelihood of the event happening, they are paying out too much money compared to what the true probabilities are. And it gets kind of convoluted, and it's kind of hard to wrap your brain around, perhaps. But no one really talks about their edge. I mean, they give their results, perhaps, but often forgetting their losers. But no one really talks about quantifying the edge. Now, we had 15 selections this week, which is a very, very small data set. But just to go over why we profited the 8.35 units this week, it's pretty easy to break down. If you convert the win odds on all of the selections we take, they averaged win odds of 10.22, which translates into implied probability of 9.79. The average probability based on the bookmaker odds of any of these selections winning, they had a 9.79% chance of winning. Now, out of the 15 selections, 2 actually did win, which is 13%. So we were only supposed to win a little less than 10%, and in fact we won 13% instead. All right, so that is a case for an edge there. It's a case, you can make a case for either luck or a statistical edge. With a data set of 15, if I were looking at this from the outside in, the most likely explanation is luck, of course. Only 15 selections. But you can see here what we're doing week in and week out. So, over the long term, I believe it'll become very, very apparent what our edge is and the fact that we do have an edge. The place odds, this is a little misleading. When odds are given on an outcome to place, that means that outcome is either going to win or place. It's going to come in first, second, or third, not just second or third. So this gets a little more convoluted, gets a little complicated, but essentially the selections we took had a 43% chance of either winning or only placing. And the reason that overlap happens is because when a horse wins, he also placed. But when he places, he doesn't necessarily also win. So there's some overlap there. So anyway, the sum of those two figures is 43.08%. But we won or placed a combined 60%. We placed only 47%, and we won 13%. So we cashed out, just think of it that way. We were in the money 60% of the time, whereas we should have only been in the money 43% of the time. So again, either luck or an edge, but either way we beat the book this week, and that's just what we do. There is an ebb and flow to things. The universe does not roll, even if you have a positive expectation, the universe does not give it to you necessarily in an order that accommodates your psychology or your, what you desire. But when you have a sufficient number of occurrences, those probabilities do play out on a if you have a large data set. And I'm going to do a video series on probabilities, number of occurrences, how the law of averages and large numbers, how that plays into this real world application of making a profit from betting. And I'm going to do a whole video series on that. So if you're really into that kind of the geeky side of things and why we make a profit, not so much the hows, but the whys, then I'm going to do a whole video series on exactly those concepts. So stay tuned for that. Please like and subscribe to our channel here, and you'll be notified when those videos come out. But anyway, that's it. I'm going to wrap up here. 8.35 units profit on the week. Very solid. Numbers look great. You can hit the site. It's edgebets.com. I'll put that link down in the description below. Hit the site. Reach out to me via the contact link, or you can sign up to our newsletter here on the home page. Or if you want to get started, you can join us. I would recommend reaching out to me first and contacting me, because I'm going to be offering some trial memberships for substantially less than the pro memberships. So please reach out to me first, and I will. We can have a dialogue about that and sort of ease you into what we're putting together here. So that's it. I'm signing off. You guys have a great weekend, and I will be back in the live webinar room tomorrow morning, calling out tomorrow's plays, and keep the ball rolling. Thank you so much. Bye.